June is Men's Mental Health Month, and I was just scrolling through my feed, and I came across this guy who was spitting out stats about how often a guy commits on leaving this place, and I was kind of blown away by the statistics. And since it's Men's Mental Health Month, and I tried to leave in 2014, I thought I would just share a little bit about what I've learned. And that is most importantly, if you're a guy out there and you're struggling and you're thinking about, exiting, first of all, you need to understand that you need a tool to calm yourself down and get out of that situation mentally. And the way to do that, the way that worked for me, and the way that you're going to be like, I don't want to do that, is meditating. Okay, meditating changes your life. If you want to change who you want, or if you want to change who you are to someone that's a better version of you, it's almost impossible to accomplish that without meditating. And it doesn't have to be scary, it doesn't have to sound or be difficult. It's actually the easiest thing you can do. But our mind makes up all these excuses why we shouldn't. That was my case. I got invited by a woman to come to a group meditation, and the only reason why I went is because she was kind of easy on the eyes. But once I went to that group meditation, and I started to see the results, I was like addicted to that, where I was just signing up for everything left, right, and center. So, number one, if you're a guy out there that's struggling, you need to calm down, find your inner chi, man. And you do this by meditating. It's simple. I was going to say this earlier. Close your eyes, sit down in a chair. Very simple so far, right? Breathe in through your nose, hold it, and don't worry about counting. Don't worry about, go with your gut. If you feel like you want to hold it for 3 seconds, do it for 3, 4 seconds. You don't want to count it, don't count. Just hold it until it feels right, and then exhale through your mouth. And do this for 10 minutes. You can set a timer. This will change your life. It changed my life. It completely changed my life. And meditating was the first thing that I dove into when I started on my healing journey. Number two, if you're thinking about exiting this reality, you need to understand that you're telling yourself some lies that you're believing. For instance, for me, I told myself, I had this sudden spiritual awakening after losing my mom to cancer. And, 13 months later, after looking at who I'd become and all this healing that was necessary, I just decided that it was impossible. And that's when I attempted to leave this place. And if it wasn't for Archangel Michael appearing, I wouldn't be here right now. And so I found myself on this impossible healing journey. I was telling myself that healing was not possible, and that's what I believed. And so that's why I tried to exit this reality. And I also want to bring up that for 13 months that I was going through hell before I attempted to leave this place, I was so stubborn and stuck in my ways, and I guess you could even say prideful to the point where I didn't really want to reach out and ask for help. I was just dealing with it myself. And that eventually led to me attempting to leave this place. So if you're a guy out there that's struggling, I highly recommend that you don't take this in. And sometimes just going to the bar and spitting out little bits of, this and that to your buddies is not quite enough. Sometimes you need to just get it off your chest. And if you don't have someone right now, you can just speak out to yourself, like just talk out loud, get everything off your chest. It actually helps. I know it's weird, but sometimes we just need to get that energy out of us and it moving again, right? And lastly, just stop being so hard on yourself. If you're at that level, if you're contemplating that, you need to just go back to your meditation now that you're a yoga master. Just calm down a little bit, breathe. Don't be so hard on yourself. Try to become your best friend, not your worst nightmare, because the healing journey is difficult on its own. You don't need to beat yourself up along the way. So those are my tips for Men's Mental Health Month. Hope they help.